we're going to jump over to Sony because they finally released the trailer for SNL
Oh,
1975. And oh my goodness, man. This thing is, I feel like, nonstop chaos, go, 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 go. And I mean, from what we've had the conversation about, from what we've heard from different sources, what we've learned about over the years, because we're big SNL fans as well, that's how it was. That's
yeah,
how it
it
was for
was.
Lorne Michaels, just to try to get this thing on the air. But I loved the first initial trailer. It got me excited,
Oh
and
shit, man.
I love the date as well. Definitely in time for Oscar season, so I'm hoping it gets nominated. That's for sure.
Well, there's so many brilliant things about this, and you know, our podcast producer Jason made a good point too. He's like, it's too bad it's not a series
Yeah,
because the behind the scenes drama at SNL is far more entertaining than even the show is. Because for the
yeah,
whole 50 years that it's been on, 50 plus years it's been on, there's been a lot of shit going on behind the scenes of that show.
yeah, man.
So it's too bad. Will we see sequels after this? I don't know. But here's the brilliant part about it. This does have some stacked names. Don't get me wrong. It's got some big names in it. You know, J.K.
does.
Simmons and Willem Dafoe and stuff. But if you look at it, the key players, the guys playing, you know, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase and Gilda Radner and your original cast, you know them, but they're not household names type people,
Yeah.
which I think is brilliant by Reitman because that was the whole point of SNL. These were nobodies
Exactly.
that were thrust into the spotlight and became world famous basically overnight because of and so the idea to make a film and use lesser known and in some cases with some of these people, no name people in those roles is fucking brilliant because when you're trying to tell the story of a bunch of 5 or 6 unknown people that pulled this off, you want to focus on the story. You don't want to focus on such and such as Dan Aykroyd or such and such as, you know. So I think it's a brilliant move by Reitman to do it. And I mean, come on, Reitman's got history with SNL, with his dad, and like all the kind. So he knows he's friends with all these people. And one thing that got me really excited is they are clearly not going to shy away from the controversy of Chevy Chase. Like towards
'cause
the
he's a
end when
dick.
listen, he was not a part of the I'm a team player. He thought this show
No.
he was the fucking star and all
Yeah.
these other nobodies were just his bitches. And he
Yeah.
treated them that way apparently earlier. There's a reason he exited pretty quick after the first couple seasons. It was like, "No, I'm a fucking big star. I'm not wasting my time with all these nobodies." And they are clearly not shying away from that controversy, which I'm super excited about. And or the raunchiness. Guys, in 1975, it was all about fucking sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And SNL
exactly.
was, well, hardcore, like, into it all. So, and they're clearly going there, too. So, you know, when you see Gilda, like, pretending to fuck Aykroyd, like, I'm like, what the fuck? It's so good, though. And I love this guy, and I don't know who it is. I hate that I don't know who. That's playing Lorne Michaels.
Gabriel LaBelle.
Yeah, I just you can tell right away that that's
Yeah, 'cause
gonna
he
be
played Spielberg in The Fablemans too.
yes, yeah, exactly. So you kind of know him, but you kind of don't, kind of a thing. And I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be. I am super excited about this film. I really am. I think that this is what we needed, right? Like
Agreed.
this is an original. We say it all the time, like, you know, the studios rely on their IP, which, by the way, Sony does not own SNL. They got kind of
Exactly.
tricked into this, like, let's make a
Yeah.
movie about a property you don't even own. But we talk so much about IP, studios relying on their IP because it's profitable. They know it will make money because it's got a built-in audience, blah, 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 blah. While this is about an existing IP, this is completely original in... It's basically the origin story of Saturday Night Live and Lorne
Yeah,
Michaels,
for sure.
which is fantastic because a lot of people have. You're a huge fan, so you know but a lot of people your age and younger don't have a fucking clue about the history
None.
of SNL.
Yeah.
They're just familiar with what they see now. You know, but you get through all of the people that were on that show. That, you know, not just the original not ready for primetime players, but then you start to leak up into the 80s and you got Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Eddie Murphy and like all these people that, Conan O'Brien, all these people that you now are like cemented in. You know their names by
Right.
heart. All came up through that show via either
Yeah.
performer and or writers on that show. And so yeah, I think I'm so excited about this movie. I really am.
I am too, because I feel like it's that, like you talked about, it's that original story that people already have an idea about.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what it's going to mesh really well together, so that, like, because there's people who've been watching Saturday Night Live since it came on the air so many years ago, and they're still watching it now. So to be able to like see where it started, and yeah, I mean the potential for sequels I feel like is endless, because
without
there's so
doubt.
many different cast members, there's so many different iconic skits that went through the whole process, and so many different iconic guest hosts. Like I feel like the possibilities are endless for this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just stayed with a solo one.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because they wouldn't want to go further in and make it like a franchise that we're overflown with the industry right now. But I'm really excited about it. Like I said, I'm really hoping it gets nominated for an Oscar.
Well, I think so that yeah, I think if that's the goal, I think you need to keep it a solo movie. One.
Yeah.
And two, is this the swan song for Lorne Michaels? Is this
Right.
the most brilliant timing ever? Because there's long been rumors that this would be it. The big 50th season would be the final one for him, and he would finally make the exit from the show that he created, right? What a way to fucking go out. Launch season 50, have this film come out about how it all started, fucking take the Oscar glory, and then exit stage right. It would be fucking epic. There could not be a better way for Lorne Michaels to say, thank you, game over, right? Like, I think,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And who Sony needs to be fucking on it, marketing the Oscar campaign for this bad boy from start to finish. And fucking NBC Universal / Comcast should join in, even though
They
it's not
should.
even their fucking
Yeah.
shit. They should be, because they're gonna benefit. People who see this
Oh, yeah.
movie are you're gonna see an uptick in viewership of SNL. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That should be a co-marketing, make the biggest push ever for it, and okay,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
if
not
I'm
the
not mistaken, you can go back and watch old SNL
Yes.
episodes on Peacock. So
you
I mean,
can.
that would just
It
make
makes total
complete
sense.